Yeah. And that's the stuff that the bet will be on. We take a poll. Who do you think that the people will agree with? And then, so then it'll be like, are they on my side or are they on your side?
They're gonna be on my side.
I hear you, because you probably gonna like finesse that too and put fake numbers to show. The fans said 87% agreed with my whack opinion.
I can't do fake numbers on Instagram or anything like that.
But you can post it on YouTube and just, that's what they do. They call it electoral college.
What?
Alright, are you ready? So it's kind of like a word association game, but just top of your head. You can't get. What are you trying to do? What are you doing right now? You're hitting that. That's not even how you go. Anyway, one word answer. First thing that comes to your mind: chicken or beef?
Chicken.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Well, why?
That's not the point. Tennis or volleyball?
Volleyball.
Okay. Track or NASCAR?
Track.
Yeah. Football or basketball?
Basketball. Don't be a hater.
LeBron or MJ?
MJ. How do you disagree with that?
It's not a disagreement. I'm just trying to process the fact that I'm asking you for one-word answers, and you're actually giving me one-word answers. Yeah, you never give me what I asked for. So what's your angle? What is really going on? You have an angle. There's got to be an angle to this. There has to be an angle to this. What are you really getting at right now? Because normally you go off topic, you go on a whole tangent, and then I have to reel you back in.
No. You don't have to reel me back in. I'm right here.
Marco, I'm going to ask you the same questions. Just nod your head if you agree with me. Shake your head no if you agree with... What's your name again? All of them. The whole 9, 10.
The whole 9, 10?
With all the hyphenations. Give it.
Nah. We ain't doing that. We ain't gonna look me up.
Well,
nope.
I'm wrong. This is Tori. And we're basically just here to discuss sports and how they connect with spirituality. And find out whose side you're on. Shake your head yes for Mike. Shake your head no for LeBron. You saw that, right? They can't see that, but you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to say anything. We'll revisit that. How about that? We'll revisit that because I know you probably have a million things to say on the topic, considering that you actually stuck to the script of these one-word answers, which caught me off guard. You actually threw me for a loop. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, because I actually stuck to the one-word answers instead of going whatever you thought I was.
I mean, since we on topics, what's hot right now?
Well, the NBA just started.
So. Yeah, you did pick basketball. I might be holding this. Yeah, basketball. You picked basketball over football, so let's talk basketball. What's good?
All right. Well, Lakers got their rings, of course. 17th championship.
So they finally caught up to the Celtics.
Finally. Well, what, 10 years? It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
So what's happening? The Lakers got their. We saw that.
Lakers got their rings. Yeah, we lost to the Clippers. Blah 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 blah. Yeah,
hey, that seems to be the trend.
Yeah, I said we.
You're one of those people. You're one of those. We're gonna do it this year. It's our year. You sound like a Raider fan too. But back to basketball. So the Lakers got their ring. They lost to the Clippers opening. Wasn't that like the ring ceremony night? And then they lost to the Clippers in LA? So whose city is it really? Is it really Laker Town?
It is.
It is. I ain't gonna lie.
How can you even argue that?
It's not even an argument.
No.
It's not.
It's not. So they can get their little celebratory.
Listen, the Clippers are 2-time back-to-back opening night champs.
And the first time they did that, so the first time they won on opening night, what happened? Oh, that's right. This happened.
Doesn't even count. That was a whole different era because the bubble happened.
Oh,
the bubble Clippers.
You're gonna put an asterisk next to that?
No. But the bubble Clippers and the non-bubble Clippers was two different teams. You got Playoff P had his little situations. You got Lemon Pepper Lou. It's a whole bunch of stuff that happened that affected the Clippers' performance inside the bubble. The bubble was not their friend. The Lakers, hats off to them. Now you just being offensive for no reason. I mean, that man already took a whole elbow to the face by his own team. Now you throwing shots.
And
so, seeing as how you are an actual Lakers fan, not a bandwagon.
No.
So you was a Laker fan pre-LeBron.
Yes. Yes.
And you don't like LeBron.
No. Not at all.
Why don't you like LeBron? Let's talk about that.
We really gotta go into why
we should.
Okay. All right. First of all, that whole Miami thing, that was just kind of a waste of time. That was stupid.
How long ago was that?
Don't matter.
You can't live in the past. Look, the Bible says we should forgive 70 times 7 a day per offense, right? So then after he left Miami, he went back to Cleveland.
That was dope.
Brought him a championship.
Because he beat the Warriors, which was great.
So you're a Warriors hater.
I don't like the Warriors.
And he brought Miami championships. Got Cleveland a championship. Mm-hmm. Then he got your team over the hump. And got them a championship.
But it took them a year. The one season was just with Lonzo and all them fools.
Who fault is that? So you basically are taking the best player from the East, putting him into the West, and he does the same thing with the new team on the West.
Okay.
So LeBron is gone. Who's the best player on the East Coast now? KD is the best player.
Yeah.
On the East Coast right now, today. Mm-hmm. KD that just got dunked on by the dude from that KD. I mean, you could roll the clip. No. You want to see it?
I don't need to see it.
You saw it. That's the best player. So when you say best, are you talking about like one-dimensional kind of things? Like he can score, he's the best shooter, or is it just like who has the total package though? Like somebody that you would build a team around. Like I don't know if I would necessarily want to build a team around somebody with ankles that skinny because I don't know how they're gonna hold up. No offense to his injury, I'm glad he recovered, but it took him a long time. Like ankles, that's your wrist.
But
that's what his ankle looks like.
No.
Could you build a team around? I mean, the Nets tried, right?
There's
free agency.
They put Kyrie, but it's like who else?
So they got Kyrie, they got KD. They went and got a coach that those two players wanted that they feel they could run over in Steve Nash.
That's a whole nother discussion. We ain't gonna go there.
I mean, in terms of building a team, though, what's the pros and cons of that? Of letting your players kind of dictate the direction they want the organization to go in.
I mean, the problem with that is you're not going to get a stable team. You're just going to get all his boys. Like what they did with the Warriors. I mean, that worked with the Warriors, but it didn't work.
The Warriors built that team. Like, don't get it twisted. They didn't just go out and be like, oh, yeah, it's AAU basketball. Just get your friends to come in. Like, Steph Curry was drafted to the Warriors. Like, they built that team.
But they were trying to get rid of Steph Curry, too.
But Steph was there in the old era when they had, what's his name? Monte Ellis? But Monte was the dude. Like, Monte used to put up 70 points in high school games. So Steph had a chance to, like, build his brand and build himself as a player. He got weak ankles, too, so maybe that's a thing. Players with weak ankles can't play defense. So you still have to get a goon to go out there. Shout out to my homie Matt. To go out there and, like, set the tone defensively. Yeah. So, in terms of building a team in free agency, like you got these guys that want to kind of force their way out of places. Like look at James softened. He's not James Harden anymore. He kind of fluffed up a little bit in the off season. He was taking notes from Lemon Pepper Lou and getting the Magic City wings. But you got guys that's trying to like force their way out to go to a different team because they don't like him. I mean,
so he can go to the strip club and then just make sure everybody else gets COVID and then their first game gets shut down.
Show me the scientific numbers that say that you can catch COVID by going to the strip club. That's one of the most sanitary places ever because they spray and they wipe down. And they've been doing that way before COVID.
Oh, really?
I've heard.
Oh.
I've heard Saturday nights are in preparation for the Lord's Day on Sunday, so I'm usually yeah.
But we're gonna touch on that another time. Anyway, really sanitary.
You don't see that before Mystical comes to the stage. Somebody come out there like the little intern like then wipe down, or that sometimes they come out and do it themselves. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Right.
On my phone. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So, just because James Harden wants to be traded out of Houston, he just purposely just jeopardizes everybody and just does stupid stuff.
I don't think he was purposely jeopardizing. He just didn't care. I mean, you got a situation.
So then what other team is going to want that?
Nobody wants to play with James Harden right now. I don't think.
Clearly.
Except the strippers. But that's different. So look, think about the situation that he came out of in OKC.
Okay, we're gonna go that far. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Why not? You talked about LeBron in Miami. I can talk about James Harden in OKC.
Yep.
Look, and James Harden was the sixth man. He wasn't even like the guy like that. But you got Russ.
Yep.
You got KD. Yep. You got James. Mm-hmm. They went to the finals.
They went to the finals against LeBron
in Miami. Mm-hmm. Anyway. To me that would be the ideal if they could have found a way to make that work.
Yeah.
They didn't. James wanted his money and the spotlight. Mm-hmm. So.
And what has that gotten him so far?
Paid.
Yeah. And?
What else is there? Oh, rings.
Yeah, that.
I mean, rings are cool. Anybody could get a ring. You don't have to be the guy to get a ring. You just have to be
on the
attached to the team where the guy is.
I mean, Cousins got a ring.
Who?
Marcus Cousins. He got a ring.
No, I heard you, bro. Who? Yeah. Oh, the dude that Drake used to always be up on, like hugging him and looking into his eyes and stuff when he played on. Yeah.
Wait, what? Kentucky. Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I do, but my mind went.
You know all the memes that be like Drake look like the girlfriend that's just so in love with her dude and he be just staring at her. Yeah.
So free agency, like there's a lot of stuff that happened this offseason. Who is the best addition so far? Who do you think is help their team better? Like Russ went to Washington. I mean, that was a trade, but still. The new edition.
Free agency? I don't even think it was in free agency really because there really wasn't a long off season for those moves to kind of set in because the season just ended like last week.
Pretty much.
But the draft, I think it's gonna be interesting to see what the little ball boy does.
Oh,
the baby ball. Baby ball. You know, there's Mellow Jello. Name these kids after candies and fruit snacks and stuff. No. But which one is it?
Mellow.
It's Mellow. It's Mellow.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And all along, LeVar was saying he was going to be
the
one. And then he came out and laid an egg opening night. Like, but he got potential. Like, the teammates seem to love him. I mean, he's playing within Charlotte, so it's not really a big market sports-wise.
He can kind of mess up and nobody will know.
I mean... Yes and no, because the media spotlight is going to be on him just because it's always been that way.
Yeah.
I think he's prepared for it. But he's in Charlotte.
Yeah, because Lonzo clearly failed in LA.
I wouldn't say he failed.
What?
How is that failure?
Clearly, his just being Lonzo Ball disrupted the whole dynamic of the Lakers.
What was he supposed to do with the Lakers at that stage in Lakerdom? Because they wasn't the Lakers that they are now. They had to do what? Bring in LeBron. Sorry. I sound like Mars from She Gotta Have Him. Sorry.
Oh!
Sorry. You touched the ball. Okay. Greatest of all time. I'm not gonna let you slide on this. Who is the GOAT? I'm talking about basketball.
MJ. 100%.
You stand 100%.
100%.
Okay. Not this one word answer stuff again.
Nope.
Go ahead, give me some tell me why. So I shouldn't say that because we said original. My bad, man. I'm not to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off because I said MJ versus LeBron.
You did,
and I'm kind of backtracking now. I'm saying greatest of all time because you might have somebody else like you look like a Norm Nixon fan or like a James Worthy.
Is that what it says on my face?
It says Magic. Black Girl Magic.
Yes, Black Girl Magic, but no, MJ.
Didn't he beat the Lakers? His first championship? Okay, go ahead.
We really gonna go
into
that? Hold on, because that's not the argument. The argument is on who's the greatest, right?
Get in my therapist stance. Go ahead.
Anyways, no. So one, we all know he got 6 rings, and he didn't lose a finals.
Okay.
He hasn't lost any
finals.
That's
everybody's go-to, but
right.
That's a team. That's a team.
I'm not saying it isn't, but that's one argument, right?
For why he's individually the greatest of all time because of
points. He's the best scorer. 2. Now, you might disagree with me on this. You probably will. He played in a harder era. More bully, like bulldog era. Played against the Pistons.
I agree, but
right now it's a softer league.
It's a soft sport. Like basketball in general, dudes they might as well be out there playing.
Did you not watch the basketball in the 90s when MJ was playing?
I did.
Bloody and all that stuff.
No blood, no foul. How many times did you see? Now Kawhi had way more blood on the court than anybody I've ever seen, and that was his own team. So.
But that's not really an argument. Because that was his own teammate, so you can't really count that. You can't count that.
SOF capital T.
Because
soft.
Then... Well, didn't I say that right now it's softer?
They played in a bubble. When you think of bubble, what do you think of? Something that could pop easy, right? They want to be encapsulated because the players are, say it with me, okay, what are they? So MJ played in a harder era.
Yeah.
And he scored
100%.
points. And he got 6 rings. MJ doesn't even have more rings than Robert Horry.
True. Or Bill Russell.
How many rings does Bill Russell have? Can he wear them on 2 hands?
Nope. No, he has 12, 13?
He has 11. 11 rings in 13 years.
That's where I got 13 from.
So at one point, I'm glad you brought Bill Russell up because it was 8 in a row that they won.
Yeah.
You talk about a hard era. He couldn't even sleep in the same hotel with most of his teammates. That's hard.
And it's Boston.
You got Boston. That's
Boston.
where they played the home games at. So the
places
no,
I know that was rough.
So you got fans cheering for you on the court,
but
they might try to hang you outside of this. Yeah. That's a harder era.
Yeah.
So we agree that the 90s wasn't.
I mean, compared to that, no. But
competition, you're talking about competition-wise because everybody's good.
What now?
So then they might benefit from just being ahead of his time.
Oh, for sure. And he was a student of the game. His work ethic is.
Where did he get that from? Where did he get the work ethic and being a student of the game? Was it his coach? He had one of the greatest coaches of all time in North Carolina. They used to say the only person that could hold Mike under a certain amount of points in college was his coach.
Mm-hmm.
So once he got to the NBA, he was pretty much able to just
he just wanted to be the best at everything.
But he was so much better than everybody else that they had to try to take him out, right?
Right.
So you would agree that the players of today are a little bit more advanced because everybody has the benefit of technology and training and coaching.
There's a lot more things involved now. Like you said, training. There's the conditioning. Mm-hmm. All of that, takes precedent.
LeBron is still dominating with everybody else doing all of that. How many years has he been playing? Like 17, 18? He's been playing his whole adult life. Literally, he's been playing in the NBA.
Right.
He came out as a teenager dominating.
True.
First game was right here in this city. Dropped buckets on the Kings. I know you're not a Kings fan because you're a Lakers fan, but I'm pretty sure he dropped buckets on the Lakers too.
Nah.
Points.
Sure.
Okay. Points. Mike is the best scorer.
But MJ is the best scorer, and I'm not gonna fall on
Where's
the hard.
Where's Mike on the
hard...
all-time scorers list? Go ahead and pull it up. I know you got it.
All time.
You quick with the thumbs. All time. Mm-hmm.
All time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How to do it in church when the preacher says scripture and they be like, read.
Kareem. With 38,000.
38,000.
Karl Malone, 36,000.
Karl Malone, the mailman, 36,000.
LeBron, 33,000.
Who? LeBron James. Say it like a little kid. LeBron James. Tori.
And then Kobe.
Tori.
MJ. What?
Who's number 3?
LeBron.
Who's
okay.
number 4?
Number 4 is Kobe.
Black Mamba. Shout out to you, Kobe.
Hey.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
We miss you. We love you. And then rounding out the top 5 is who?
It's MJ. Okay, so
number what?
He's number 5. MJ's number 5. That's fine.
Where did MJ get drafted? What number was he? Number 3.
Number 3.
So that means there's 2 other teams that had a chance to draft Michael Jordan.
Right.
And they didn't. So they saw him and they was like, wait. So who went first in that draft? Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
To Houston. Time. And then Portland, I believe, had the next pick. Sam Bowie got picked before Michael Jordan.
And
somebody looked at the players available in that draft and was like, Sam Bowie, Michael Jeffrey.
Okay, so then to that point,
Michael.
Switch it around.
When did LeBron get picked? What? Speak up.
1.
Can we put the closed caption on there too so that they can see that? 1. Who's higher than 1?
There's no higher than 1. No. But then if you want to be
God. The one who sits on high and looks down low. Yes. That's what Coming to America, by the way.
I do, but it's fine.
Y'all watch Coming to America?
Who's y'all? It's because I'm Mexican too, right?
Hey, Univision be showing all the movies. They just put Anyway, back to it. Number 1.
So
you said
draft points. So we're talking draft points, right? Mm-hmm. Where he was drafted. Mm-hmm. You really want to go there? I'm gonna flip it real quick on you.
Flip it.
Football.
Okay.
When did Tom Brady get drafted?
6th round. Pick 199.
And he's considered one of the best quarterbacks.
One of the best, yes.
Oh, he had to use my words against me. What? Yes, but he is one of the best, right? So let's rewind. Mm-hmm. LeBron, MJ. Does that really matter where they got drafted?
Yes. Basketball is only 5 people on the court at a time. Football, there's 11 on one side of the field, and then 20 and 11 on the other side. Team. There's fewer players on the basketball team. It's only like 12 to 15 guys.
Right.
Football's got 53 guys. So Tom Brady didn't win none of them rings by himself.
That's debatable.
It's not debatable. He don't play defense. Their defense is what won them a lot of those games. They won most of their games by a field goal. 1 score or less.
No.
Most of the Super Bowls that they win? Yeah. So that means the kicker.
No, not that Atlanta game.
They came back, yeah. How many Super Bowls did they play in?
6.
No.
No, 8.
No.
It was 8.
No. They played in 9.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They
because
lost
he
to the
just
Giants
twice. I know,
twice.
that's why I said
And
the
the
Giants
Eagles.
and then the Eagles. That's right. My bad.
So, by your standards, Eli Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time because he beat Tom Brady twice and only faced him twice.
Do we want to go there? Backup quarterback beat Tom Brady.
Back to the
yeah.
So that's killing your argument, not mine. You said Tom Brady is the GOAT, and you just said a backup quarterback beat him. Hey, this is where we put the poll in. Whose side are you on? Because clearly, I'm just spitting facts, and she is full of opinion.
I'm full of opinion.
And
no.
Okay, let's get back to your Michael Jordan argument then. Read me some more numbers so I can. You sound like Skip Bayless, by the way.
Oh!
Skip. Let's go.
No. Okay.
So we said points. You said points, and LeBron we debunked
28
that.
points per game.
Okay.
LeBron has 25.
Who played more games?
Mm-hmm. LeBron.
So we'll say that the shelf life of LeBron is a lot longer because he played longer. So yeah, of course he's gonna put up more points.
Right.
But LeBron at this age, what was Mike doing at this age? Playing with the Wizards.
Yeah, the Wizards.
He wasn't
doing nothing.
Wizardress.
There wasn't nothing.
He was more like
really
Wizard
watch.
Kelly.
I have to admit that.
Than Michael Jordan.
Not fun to watch when he was a Wizard.
But LeBron is still at the top of the top of the top today.
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
Like, what's today's date? Yeah, today. It's Friday. You ain't got no job.
Let's not go there.
Okay, come on.
Happy New Year, everyone, by the way. So, since it is Friday, January. Yeah.
I ain't got to do.
Anyway, I got plans. So, let's see. Steals.
Okay.
MJ had more steals.
MJ had Scottie Pippen guarding the best player on the other team, too. That's 1 point for me. Yeah, no.
Anyways.
Give me 1 point.
Give
me another one.
Okay.
Give me another one. Rebounds.
So,
what about rebounds?
Rebounds?
Skip over that. Rebounds.
No, I didn't. I didn't purpose. I was going in.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, rebounds. Okay. LeBron has more rebounds than MJ.
And more points.
But his stature is bigger. I can kind of get that. I can't argue with that.
The size is what determines the rebounds? Charles Barkley was only 6'4", and his nickname was the round mound of rebound.
And the nickname matters because what?
Because we're talking about rebounds. But he ain't got no rings, so
that
doesn't matter to you. Rebounds don't get rings. Go ahead.
Defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships. The Patriots have 6, and their coach is a defensive guru. Shout out to Hoodie Bill. So Tom Brady didn't really win them those rings, is what you're saying?
Really just gonna discredit everything I just said?
I'm not. You're discrediting yourself.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Well, listen. We'll let the people decide.
Yeah.
Put a poll.
We'll do that
in the description below, in the comments or whatever, something like that, and we'll let them tell us basically what we already know is that I'm right, and it's okay. I love Michael Jordan. Listen, I love Mike. All right. I wear the. See, you got the J's on. Like, you know what time it was.
Of course.
But I got LeBron's too. And I got some Kobe shoes are the most comfortable. No lie.
I did hear that. Yeah. I do know that. Yep. I know that.
No, it's crazy. It's almost been a year. I was just thinking about this. Like, I can remember exactly what I was doing when I got the news. Like, I was in church. I was like, I think we just got off praise and worship off the stage or whatever, and I was sitting like in the lobby getting a little snacks. They'd be having some dope snacks. But when my friends came out from the back, she was crying. And I just figured because she works with the kids here at Boss. Hi, B. And I was like, what's wrong? Like, I'm thinking one of the kids said something or did something that wouldn't be too far-fetched because, in the words of Bernie Mac, Yeah, them kids.
Them kids.
But no, she was like, Kobe died. And I was like, Kobe who? Mm-hmm. Like, what are you talking about? And she's a Lakers fan and Kobe fan. And she was like, no, Kobe just died. And I was like, that's not possible because
it's Kobe.
It's Kobe. We just seen him talking to Gigi on stage. And not on stage, on the court. On the court. Yeah. Like, that just happened.
And
so
he had just congratulated LeBron on passing him on points the night before.
Oh, because Kobe was in front of Mike. So that means LeBron had already passed Mike. And then, And then he passed. Yeah. That's neither here nor there.
No.
The whole thing is, I was like, I literally remember, like, I stopped in my tracks. And I just, like, I was floored, like, felt like somebody hit me in the chest. Now, as a kid, I didn't grow up, like, as a Kobe fan. Because I was like, he's only a couple years older than me. So, I loved his game. Thought he was dope. But the players that I looked up to was the Mikes and the Magics.
Right.
And Isaiah Thomas was like one of my favorite players from the Pistons. And then even Allen Iverson, because I grew up in Hampton, Virginia. So AI, Bubba Chuck, like that was the dude that everybody, small dude, feisty. I mean, small dude, feisty. Right. I'm probably faster than him, but that's anyway. But just I respected what Kobe did, Kobe's work ethic, Kobe's drive, Kobe's passion, even more so after he finished playing. You could really just look back and appreciate the work he did on the court, but then off the court as well. Like he was talking about diving into this whole new part of life, and he attacked it the same way.
He attacked everything.
He did, right.
And then what he's done for women's sports.
Women's sports with his daughters. Made being a girl dad popular, made it something to be like aspired to.
Right.
But just, he was like a genuine dude. People didn't understand him a lot while he was playing. But then when you read the stories and hear stuff after the fact, it's like, wow, like he really did all that. It just makes you appreciate how short and how special life really is, and to really make the most of it.
Yeah.
And that just
every moment. See every moment like it's your last.
And so in doing that, like we understand that life has a finite date. And at the end of it, we don't necessarily know what's beyond as far as for our family members, but we also want to make sure that we're in the best place that we can be.
Right.
And the way we do that is by having a relationship with God through Jesus.
Yeah. So
this is the for me, it was like a reminder, we need to always secure that opportunity. So it doesn't have to be in church, special moment, but just if you want to take time to accept Jesus in your heart, then just pray, ask him to come into your life. It doesn't take a bunch of magic words, and he'll do it. Whose side are you on?
So, thanks for watching another episode of Whose Side Are You On? Obviously, you're on my side. Anyways, thank you for watching another episode of Whose Side Are You On? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, DM us, hit us up, let us know what you want us to talk about, because I'm sure there's a ton of debates out there where, you know, he'll be wrong and I'll be right. So
there's
make sure you...
none of the debates that I'll be wrong about unless he just want me to choose that side. But
stay locked in. Make sure you hit that notification button and stay updated. See y'all later.
Peace.